G'day viewers, I scored this old American made Frigidaire Master 5-39. It's a 1948 model, this one, with a meter-miser compressor. It's about the same amount of oil under it as this one here's got. Tiny bit. So it's hard to say if it's in the compressor or out of environments. Didn't really get a good look. It didn't look too oily when I first looked at it, so couldn't check the compressor properly. The leaks. That's been had to be fixed up there. But it's more or less complete. Meat tender. Someone's put that thing upside down for some reason. Look at that quality. That's 1930s quality there. Solid stuff. Look at that. Food safety indicator. What a nice fridge. Let's get this a little one here with me. Let's get a little light here. Have a good look at this. This is a freebie. They was used up to about a decade ago. They started chipping the breaker. I had a look at the wiring underneath. The wiring's pretty ratty, so hopefully it's not that the compressor's run out of oil and seized up and burnt out. I hope not. But theory, the overload relay would have saved it anyway, so hopefully it's just a wiring issue that's age. That's kind of cool. The original ice tray. Nice. There's our thermometer, which doesn't know if that works anymore. Ice tray, nice, you don't see that anymore. Stainless steel evaporator. Bits and pieces, I've got to fix that up. That's a how far that goes. It goes in here, I think. I'll figure it out. All the bits are there, just got to put it all back together. So this can all be fixed. All the bits are there, which is good. So let's give a quick test at a multimeter and see what the electrical conditions like. Test it for shorts, and I'll just do a quick test on the inverter. The inverter will just turn off anyway if it tries to start on a short circuit. Looks like that little thermometer actually, yeah, it's got a bubble in it. I don't know, it's hard to see if it works or not. It's in Fahrenheit. Oh, passed the test alright. So it's not burnt out, I think. I want to see what it does and I'll try and plug it in. I wonder if it might have just gotten stuck. I know David Allen had a problem about one of these rotary meter mice that's got stuck. I hope it hasn't run out of oil. I know, have a good look under there. I will turn this on. Oh, I heard the compressor kick. It kicked, it didn't hum, I heard it kick and it just tripped out. Going off to take this apart on this mega the compressor. Hopefully it hasn't gone to earth or anything like that.
It does.
That'd be a shame if the compressor's toast. I can't just get the compressor for this email from sent over from America because it's the wrong voltage. It's the same as the American compressor and everything. It's just made from 240 volt 50 hertz. Finding a 240 volt 50 hertz Frigidaire compressor is kind of rare these days. No, and these meter misers did leak oil. The terminal seals were common to fail on these meter misers. Might have to investigate. Because I hear it kick and try and run, but there's no major hum from the motor and it trips out. But the relay doesn't kick in. The relay should kick in, but it's not. It just pulls a bit more current than the inverter can handle to start it.
We do.
I suspect it could be. It could be the Frigidaire nightmare where the compressor seals have failed and the refrigerant's leaked out and the oil's leaked out. In that case, it's probably ran out of oil and seized up, which is a shame. That was the major flaw with these meter miser compressors. This could very well be a victim of that. Shame, it's a nice fridge. This one's okay, no oil on these compressors. I always check periodically for any oil drips. Worst case scenario is, or in this case, if you keep an eye on for oil leaks and using these old meter miser Frigidaires. And that I saw a leak, stop using the fridge. All you gotta do is just fix up the compressor seals. But that's easier than replacing the whole damn compressor if it burns out and gets new refrigerant in it. In this case, a drop-in replacement for R12. That's without changing the compressor, which you don't want to do. I don't really want to put a modern compressor in here. If I really had to, it would be an old late mid-70s Australian-made Kirby compressor. Because those are pretty, I think they're compatible with R134A, I think. Anyway, that'll be enough for now. Thanks for watching. As well, let's follow up. You can see that what I'm talking about there. Yeah, it's a bit more oilier than I was hoping, but look at that wiring. I've got the back off, which makes it easy to service this thing. I have to get in here, replace this wiring. Get to the relay box, replace that wiring. That wire goes up to the thermostat inside the cabin. Goes up behind here, comes out of here. You can see how bad it is. Goes up here, in there, into the cabinet. I'm taking that, taking that back off, which makes the servicing a bit easier. This whole refrigeration unit slides out of the cabinet as a standalone unit, which is really good. New fridges aren't like that anymore. They're built into the cabinet and part of it, which is just stupid retarded. That little spring, what that does, I'm not sure. It's some sort of a spring. I'll work it out later. I'm sure the collectors will film me about that, how that works. The wiring goes up in there, behind there, and in there. Oh, we've got a project on our hands here, haven't we, boys? Even the little one agrees. May 24th, 1939. I was right, it's a 38 model, 39 model. Okay, well the guy knew what he was talking about to a point, since this is 48. It could be possible, and it's used surplus parts that are older. That's a possibility. 1939, May 24th, 1939. This is either a 1939 or a 48 model. That red stuff, it's not a mercury one, the red stuff, the modern red ink thermometer there. I think that's broken. No, it's not ruptured, it's just doesn't want to work properly. To find an equivalent one, replace it with a new board-on thermometer tube, that should be fixed. Cool. We've got a big project here. This will take time, I won't do it yet though. I'll focus on my work now. I know, as I said, going to be pretty busy with my electrical apprenticeship now, so this will be a long-term project. The seal here there is damaged. I can adjust it, yeah, it all moves. And the original bloke said you put it on, he said the lowest setting, and he was using it as a freezer. It was that good. He was using this thing as a freezer. It's all complete. This will clean up nicely. But that wiring is just horrendous. All the way. I wonder why it trips the bloody breaker. Got to wash your set with a hose. Let it dry for a couple of days. Rewire it. And this, got my fingers crossed, it actually works and still has enough gas in it to cool. I was hoping it has not lost too much of its refrigerant, judging by the oil that's come out of it. Well, I did see checked in the shed where it was kind of sitting, but there wasn't much oil there, so that's from when it was not, there wasn't there all its life, but yeah, hopefully we've got enough oil in the refrigerator in the system that's going to run once I rewire it. I'm hoping. Anyway, that'll be enough for now. Thanks for watching. Yeah.